Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Do We Know Them? Episode 150.
Woo!
Pretend confetti.
Cheers.
Cheers. I don't have a drink, but cheers with my water.
Did you actually cheers though?
Oh, no, I kind of just put it in your general direction.
Cheers.
Clink. You know, we let you down last episode. We said we're not going to have like an episode where we're filming together for the 150th because that was just too short notice. We're busy. It wasn't going to happen. But I do have a little surprise for you guys. Are you ready?
Celebrity guest,
one.
if you will.
Yes. Sit down. It's going to be crazy. All right, now you can come.
You're like, it's Janet.
It's my father.
Hello, everyone.
No, don't start.
I know that you've been asking for me, and finally the girls gave up. And
I can't hear anything he's saying.
She can't hear a word you're saying.
Who?
Lily. You know, my dad will send me comments from people asking him to come on the show. Like, he'll screenshot them and then send them and be like, they want me.
I mean, we're giving the people what they
And I
want.
have good news. I just bought a motorhome, and I'll be traveling the country to say hello to the fans. I'll be representing. What's the name of
You
the show?
sound like a lunatic. That
the-
is not true. He did not buy a motorhome. You know what? This is getting too crazy. Get out.
So anyway, thank you very much, and I'll leave you with the girls, with the girlies. I'll see you somewhere around the country.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I absolutely did not hear one word he said.
So my dad wanted to say hello. He was visiting. And yeah, now you could put a face to the name and a voice to the name. And you can see that my impression is in fact very spot on.
I mean, we all like your impressions. Look at this.
Anyway, guys, we do have an episode today though, you know, and it's a pretty good one.
We do.
This is something that's been plaguing my For You page. Surprise, surprise. And I am just honestly intrigued. Do you know anything about Mormonism in Utah other than Ruby Frankie?
Do you?
I know a decent amount, I think, just from like following mom.
I just am thinking about the fucking John Smith. No.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. We don't bring that up, Lily. What was it? Hold on. Fuck. What was his name? I was going to say Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's not it.
Joseph Smith?
Joseph Smith. Yeah. And I said that he's in jail. He's dead.
It's like he died in like the 1800s, but sure.
I saw someone in the comments saying something like, we need to hold Jessie accountable for her misinformation. And I'm like, okay, yes, period, slay. If it's like harmful misinformation, for sure. Like, I will straight up be like, I'm so sorry I fucked up. But if I'm just getting the name wrong and it's some other Mormon guy that's in jail who also probably diddled kids.
Warren Jeffs.
Yeah, Warren Jeffs. Yeah, he's awful. So like,
Aren't they all one and the same?
you know, they did the same thing.
Like a
I just fucked up the
reincarnation
name.
of the former.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Speaking of which, might we address the elephant in the room?
Oh, yes.
Guys, the slander in the comments of the last episode is something I was not expecting, I will say.
It's never for the things we expect.
Never. No, but like, wow. I was kind of shook. It was a strong response against little old me. And it was because we were talking about shopping carts and the shopping cart like corrals. And if you saw the last episode, you know. And I made a statement that those shopping cart corrals were not a thing when I was younger. Like, I never saw them. Nobody I grew up with saw them. And it wasn't until like the last 7-ish years that they actually started becoming prominent. And when I tell you, I got called like basically straight up an idiot. And so one person was like, Jessie, do you ever like look around? Like, are you like aware of your surroundings? I'm like, okay, maybe I'm insane. Well, guess what? I was not. And like I said, I grew up in Miami, Florida. Although the place that I double checked the garage I was talking about in LA, and I didn't see any shopping cart corrals, but you pointed out that it's like a mall that's mixed with, it's like restaurants that are mixed with a Target.
That was a weird like one-off because it isn't your average shopping experience. But then also someone in the comments I did see say something about like that there's like a system where like you don't bring your cart to the car, but they like will unload them for you. Like they help you.
Oh my God, they're so right. That's what it is. Dude. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Yes, you tell them something. I don't know if it's a receipt or they give you a piece of paper. Something happens. That just unlocked a memory. You go, you park there, and they meet you with your shit. Duh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I did not remember that.
And something we didn't acknowledge, which I don't know why, because this is such a reason also, in addition to like, you don't want the people to have to run around and go wrangle all the carts, that if you leave them out, it not only like takes up parking spaces, but a lot of people, it ends like if it's windy or something, the carts get blown into people's cars.
Absolutely.
And like cause damage. And I think in parking garages in particular, you couldn't have shopping carts everywhere because they're already like so narrow and congested. So I didn't know that they have like a whole like valet system.
Yeah, they do.
It sounds like.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But that a lot of those places, they even have those carts that like lock so you can't take them out.
Right. Well, so the strong response was saying basically that I'm an idiot and that these things have been around forever, to which I say I understand that our lived experience is everything, right? Like if you grew up with them and they've been around for 30 years, then it's like, Jesse, you're a fucking idiot. Well, I double checked, and not only am I right, like I asked everyone I was like around that grew up in Miami, both in Hialeah and in Kendall, and they were like, no, those are like they're new. They were never around. But I actually went on Google Maps, and currently right now there are multiple examples of very popular Publix, that's our like shopping thing, that do not have them. Like some Publixes do, obviously, and a lot of them won't even have it in Miami, and people literally just throw them in the, area. Nobody brings their cart back. It's really shitty, and I get that. But I just want to say I was not wrong, okay? I didn't grow up with them. I know they've been around. I just didn't grow up with them, so that's why I didn't know about them. And the bullying needs to stop, because y'all were literally coming for my neck, and that was, I did not like that at all. I was like, okay, I get it. There's a lot of shopping cart corrals, and they were around forever, but I didn't see them when I grew up. I swear. I wasn't making it up, is what I'm trying to say.
What I did laugh at one time is that you, and I didn't realize it until later, that you referred to it as a shopping cart canal.
I texted you that.
I thought you said corrals. Again,
I texted Lily. I go, not me referencing it as a canal multiple times. Fuck my life. It honestly makes more sense. Corral to me is like horses. Canal is like that shape.
For some reason, my head went to like birth canal though, even though that's like not even the main kind of canal. And I was like, weird.
Anyway, that's my addressing of the last episode. I was quite hurt, but I will accept your apologies down below, so don't even worry about it.
People are really passionate about shopping carts.
I was shocked. I thought everyone was gonna be like, okay, this is the dumbest shit ever. Oh no, they had things to say.
The fact that there were over 100,000 comments in that lady's thing, like, people were heated.
Yeah. No,
and also she was just a bitch.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, we both were coming to the same conclusion, which is like, return your shopping cart. I don't remember the fucking corrals. What do you want from me?
Also, it could be a Publix thing because I've never been to one.
Yeah.
They don't have those here.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, okay. That's enough addressing weird shit and having my dad come in and throw us off.
Inform me what is our first topic?
Oh, okay.
Oh, Mormons. Back to...
Oh, yeah.
I never would have thought how often Mormonism would come up on the show.
Dude, right? It actually does make sense. I would pretend it doesn't, but Mormons are influencers. I feel like all those mom groups or mom vloggers and shit like that, a lot of them are Mormon. I don't understand it, but it's very prominent. Okay, so a lot of you might have seen this on your For You page, but this is about a girl that on TikTok, her name is Emery. I don't know if her name is Emma, Marie, Emery, if that's her real name. I'm not 100% sure. Let me double check. Oh no, her name is Emery. Okay, so she's 27 years old, and a few months ago, she started posting about the fact that she had never had a boyfriend in her life. And she was 27 years old. And I feel like that's not a completely bizarre experience. Like, we're not talking about like 50 and never had a boyfriend. And even then it's like, okay, whatever. You just didn't want
Well, and also it's like, what do you define as boy? Like, that doesn't mean that she's never had like
dated
situationships,
yeah, exactly.
if you will. Or like,
that's where the Mormonism comes in. So in the Mormon religion, I don't think they do casual dating, especially not with physical touch or like.
No, well, I feel like that's why so many, I mean, not necessarily that's why, but like so many of them get married young because they'll date for a little while and it's like, well, this is it.
They want to have sex. That's what it is.
That too. I mean, I was implying that, but.
And it's crazy because religion in general really suppresses a lot of, I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of the time they will preach like purity culture and stuff, which suppresses people's sexuality. Yes, literally. And what that does is it makes people sneaky. It makes people quietly horny. I don't know.
Well, it often manifests in either like relationship problems later on or like just issues later on.
Exactly.
In general.
So anyway, I'm going to show you the original video that kicked this all off because the first that I had ever heard of her was seeing this video. So it was a wild ride.
27 years old and I have a boyfriend for the first time. Can't believe I'm saying that. So you can see I posted that video January 7th and I've got a little update. It is May 21st and I've officially been married for well over a month. How freaking cool is it that I can just say I married my first boyfriend. I've seen the video that I filmed before I got married. I wanted to go give a little update with this stitch, just now that I'm officially married and I've been married for, more than a day. Life is literally the best.
Does she not look like she's about to cry?
I think that's just her face. I don't think she is sad or something. I think she just, some people just have sad eyes. So, okay, what's the math on that? January, she had a boyfriend for the first time. She had been married for a month already.
Okay, so 5 months.
So I would say 3. Okay. What? Why are you laughing?
I would say 3. No, 5.
Around there, 3 to 5 to 7. Well, okay, so I feel like I always get sent topics like these, or people will mention me when they see something like this, because I got married very, 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 very soon. So I met my husband in October. I know I was pregnant by New Year's. So November, December, 2 months. And then I was married in April. So November, I think it was 6 months after I met him that we got married. But anyway, so I will see people be like, oh, Jessie, what do you think about this? And I think that it's one thing to meet someone and genuinely feel holy shit, we're perfect for each other. And I'll get more into this as we go on, because I want to let her speak about her experience. But there's a different element to this situation that I cannot relate to. And that is that this man already has 2 kids and is divorced.
So she has never had any kind of relationship at all. Not even a kind of almost relationship. But then
I don't think so.
Has lived an entire life, it sounds like.
Exactly. So it goes downhill fast where people are like, oh girl,
which
no,
doesn't
please.
mean that it couldn't work out.
No, definitely not. But you'll hear the things she says, though, and it's kind of heartbreaking because it seems like she is so naive and hopeful that this will work out. And honestly, I do hope it does, for her sake, for his sake, for the kid's sake, all of it. But it's just, I'll let her keep going.
Ever. I know it's only been a month and a half. Every day is literally heaven. It's the best. I was driving 25 to 35 minutes depending on traffic every single day since the day we got together to come here as soon as I could. And then I would leave super late at night. So it's been really nice not to have to do that anymore. I don't know if I've ever said this on the internet. Maybe, I don't know. I was living with my parents beforehand and I was filming in the bedroom, and now I have my own filming room. I'm also getting a lot more sleep than I was before because I don't have to drive to be able to see him. I know some people think that's way, way, way too fast, but both of us felt like it was the right decision. We both knew that we were the person for each other, so why wait? So you might have noticed a tiny bit of set change. We're working on more of a set change. Soon I will be having a bunch of shelves built right here, thanks to my husband, who's really good at building stuff. My husband, still getting used to that. Did I do a good job hiding it though? I don't know. I was kind of worried when I started filming in this room that you might notice, but the wall color's only slightly different.
I was gonna say, what was she filming before? This is a blank wall.
So, any red flags you noticed there?
Well, that it seemed like part of her reasoning for getting married was so that she could sleep over and not have to drive.
Okay, that's definitely one aspect of it. But what I noticed was why wasn't he fucking driving?
Well, and also I'm I know that maybe you don't want to have sex before marriage, but you know that you could still sleep somewhere.
You could take the couch.
You could sleep in the same bed, just don't have sex.
Is that allowed? I'm not sure. But I just find it so weird because, I understand maybe both of you can drive, but I would find it weird that any person, regardless of the gender, would be yeah, you're the one coming to me, period. Leave late at night.
Well, maybe it's because she lives with her parents.
Oh, because where the fuck was he gonna stay? Duh.
Yeah.
Well, wait, no, not anywhere. They're not having sex.
Or just it might be awkward to bring him there.
They could have hung out in the town. I don't know. I just feel whatever. Maybe you're right.
No, I agree. And also 25, 30 minutes, I literally drive that every day to go to In-N-Out. You do what you want for the things you love.
But anyway, that, it sparks some thoughts. The top comment is the Utah location tag makes sense. And someone said,
76,000 likes.
Utah. I was concerned at first. People thought that he was in the military. Oh, this one I see a lot. It says, it's a canon relationship, y'all. Let her figure it out. Which, honestly, it is. It really is.
Yeah, no.
But, nobody was, horrible or, cruel. They were just oh, girly, no. You have no idea what you're doing.
If you've ever wanted to achieve those big braids like you see on Pinterest and Instagram.
I'm dying, wait. That's the set before? It literally just looks like she took the lights down.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. We're looking at an old video of hers, and
I'm dying.
Yeah, the difference in filming locations is not noticeable.
In the same room. No one noticed.
This was a video she posted on January 8th, and this was her. I met my first boyfriend basically video that she was stitching. And
so she'd been with him like a little over a month or like under a month.
I don't know, actually.
I'm 27 years old and I have a boyfriend for the first time. Can't believe I'm saying that. It's January 5th. We made it official last night. I don't know when I'm going to post this or if I'm even going to post this. I still want to document it though. I will say this is my favorite way I've ever started out the new year. So we met on Hinge. Hinge works. What?
Does it?
What? Now I will say, ever since I joined Hinge in July, I've gone out with 23 guys before I met my guy. So it's not for the faint of heart. What cracks me up is literally yesterday, 15 hours before, I literally made a video doing an update on like my dating life and stuff, and part of it was the fact that I didn't have a boyfriend. I was hoping it would go in the direction that it did, but I didn't want to jinx it, and so I just didn't bring it up. I did not really realize how much the other guys that I considered maybe the possibility of being in a relationship.
Or did I just
I
make
don't know.
that up?
I kind of thought she said yesterday, but I didn't know what she meant. Does she mean she met him yesterday?
That's why I was like, you're hard launching. I mean, I guess this isn't a hard launch necessarily.
Oh,
but like,
it's a pretty
you're
medium
jinxing
launch.
it, girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if they got married, maybe not. But like, you wouldn't even hear about it until I was dating them and positive that they weren't going to be like, oops, sorry, not ready for a relationship.
Right, yeah, for sure. Let me rewind that back a little bit. Is that what she said?
I've gone out with 23 guys before I met my guy. So it's not for the faint of heart. What cracks me up is literally yesterday, 15 hours before, I literally made a video doing an update on like my dating life and stuff.
So did they meet yesterday? And
I think they had met like 2 hours before she filmed this.
I'm so like, I don't think it's not that people aren't ever exclusive from the time that they start dating, but usually you don't like define the relationship after less than a day.
Okay, I know that it sounds insane, but that also is my story. I met Nassim outside of the club. We made out, went our own way. Then the next day we hung out. The morning after that, he asked me to be his girlfriend.
I guess I'm just used to people being like, we could be talking for like 3 months and it's like, sorry.
Honestly, that would happen to me all the time. And I remember feeling like embarrassed to even tell my family because I was like, they're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it just seemed a little bit too intense, but...
Is it a cultural difference maybe?
No, I don't think so because his friend thought we were crazy and like everyone was like, okay, I guess. It wasn't until they like saw us together and then it kind of started making sense that we really, really like clicked in an amazing way, but it definitely can happen. I don't see myself having gotten on the internet the next day and
telling
been like,
people.
period, this happened. Yeah, it took me a while. It took me until I was pregnant and engaged to tell people about him.
Yeah, I think it's a twofold thing. Like, one, it is rare that happens. Usually it takes like a little bit for you guys to like make sure that you want to be in a relationship. But then even if it does happen, I definitely wouldn't be like, hello, everyone, this is what happened. Because I guarantee you for me, 3 days later, it would change.
Yeah. And honestly, the way she's talking about it and stuff, it is very naive to me because I tell Nassim all the time, and I've said it on the show a trillion times. It's like, this could have gone so horribly wrong. I didn't know you. You were a stranger. We made a kid and it was just, oh my God, like what the fuck could have happened? So you don't know someone yet. No matter how much the click, you know, feels amazing and you're like, oh my God, this is like the spark of the century. The actual like person, you don't know them. You don't know their views on raising children. You don't know their views on the small things that could ruin shit.
But I guess if they're Mormon, then you kind of do.
True. That's true, actually, because that's like pretty copy paste, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll let her continue because I hope she talks about how he asked her to be his girlfriend in the last like 2 hours.
Yeah, no, I was just caught off guard. Yesterday, and since then everything's changed. It's like, oh,
my favorite part is that she's like, I don't know if I'm going to post this. I'm like, you do.
It's like, oh, well, she did.
And part of it was the fact that I didn't have a boyfriend. I was hoping it would go in the direction that it did, but I didn't want to jinx it, and so I just didn't bring it up. I did not really realize how much the other guys that I considered maybe the possibility of being in a relationship stressed me out, so I started seeing my guy. And then I was like, oh my goodness, this is how this is supposed to feel. I'm so sad when I say it out loud, but it's the truth. If I post this and you want more details, just let me know. You can ask specific questions, or you can just be like, tell me more. But just know
if I post it, look, you really didn't take much time to think about it. Unless we're like somehow getting the timeline wrong here, which then never mind, I guess, but it seems really strange.
Oh, wait a second. She did a story time on how she met him, but didn't she just say Hinge?
Yeah. Well, maybe you should talk about the first date.
Let's see.
I have a boyfriend for the first time at the age of 27, and here's the whole story. If you saw the original video, you know we met on Hinge. Somehow I got brave enough to play guitar and sing and post a video of it on my Hinge profile. Don't ask me where that came from, but he commented on that specific video. Our first date was an arcade. The date went good, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend an arcade for a first date, especially if you're more like quiet and reserved like I am. But it all worked out just fine because we talked in his truck afterwards. Oh, hold on. He made me guitar picks, gave it to me at the end of our, well, what was supposed to be the end of the first date, but then we ended up talking for forever. I have my initials on them, and then also, I don't know if you can see a picture of me. So we ended up talking and getting ice cream. We set up a second date where we played my favorite game to play on dates.
He brought guitar picks to the first date? I mean, I suppose that's nice.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know.
Was this like a 3D printer situation? Like,
I don't know. It seems like maybe he had like one of those laser cutout things. I don't know. It's sweet. I'm not saying it's not.
No,
I'm sorry.
it's
I sound like a
romantic.
hater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play on dates, like as soon as possible. I play this game. I'll put it on the screen right here. It's called We're Not Really Strangers. We went out on a few more dates. I met some of his friends. Everything was great. And then by the end of the fifth date, we made it official. But here's the thing. I'm the one that started that conversation. I still say he's the one that officially asked, but I brought up the topic, which I never thought I would do in a billion years, because I've always been told, and I've always heard, always let the guy bring up that conversation. But that should really tell you how comfortable I am with him. He gave me this bracelet on our second date, and it has
Big
a
gift
charm
giver.
that represents each date we've been on. Well, we've been on more now, but he's still working on some of them. It is literally the sweetest thing on the planet, and like, I don't want to ever take it off.
Sorry, I just caught a glimpse of my face in the monitor and I look like such a hater. I'm so sorry. Sometimes it's my stigmatism. I'm like, but I had a stank face. I apologize for that because she didn't, that's fine.
I think I would be a little overwhelmed maybe, but I think that's very like in a movie that would happen where it's like, oh, look how sweet and romantic he is. But it's like,
yes. And
what are your
also,
motives?
it is very, very important to watch out for love bombing when you move this quickly. That's a huge thing. A lot of like narcissists and stuff will hook you by giving you a bunch of shit, especially the gifts are a red flag to me. Gifts are sweet, but in excess seem a little bit bribey almost, or like just like, you're staying here, girly pop. Like it just freaks me out.
And then also, I guess then we are misunderstanding the timeline somehow with the yesterday thing, because she says they went on 5 dates, which is still quick, but not as quick as one.
Okay, so we watched first the viral video that everybody's talking about, but hours before that video was posted, she posted another video about how she was marrying a guy that she met 3 months ago, so.
Oh, so I guess you were right that it was 3 months. I thought she said that it was in May. I'm so confused with all the timelines here.
I know. I will note that she is pre-filming a lot of these, so like I think she filmed the video we're about to watch in March, and she's like now releasing them all. And
okay.
It's making everything confusing, but regardless.
I am marrying a guy that I met 3 months ago. Not only that, he has been my one and only boyfriend. You might have seen a video that I put out a few months ago saying that I got a boyfriend for the first time. Yeah, that's him. Oh, and we're getting married next month. Technically, we're having 2 ceremonies, which I know that sounds kind of insane. One next month and then the one after that. And why is a long story that I'm just not going to get into. It'd be like crazy small, like family that's close by, siblings, parents, that like a couple of friends that also live close by. A month-ish later, we're going to do something slightly bigger, like 50-ish people, then like a dinner afterwards. As of right now, I'm not doing like an official reception because that's not what I want. I decided before I met my guy that I really wasn't into the idea of like a huge wedding, amount of work, time, effort, money going into something like is incredible, but I decided that's not for me. And my guy's okay with that. As I'm getting ready, you might notice that no jewelry. I don't have a ring yet. I'm hoping that I'll be able to catch on enough that I can do a get ready with me to get engaged video. But we'll see. I might have to just start filming myself getting ready for...
You get it. She basically documented everything leading up to the wedding and after and whatever.
I'm so confused. Did she just say, though, that maybe I'll do a get ready with me to get engaged, so then she's not engaged, but she's saying she's getting married and they're already planning what
I'm telling you, none of it makes any fucking sense. Are they getting married? I don't know.
Did they just have the
understand
conversation where it's like, I want to marry you, but like he didn't propose?
Yeah, what the fuck is this? I'm seeing it right here. Get ready with me hoping to get engaged.
She literally just made it seem like she's like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to film like get ready with me these every day because he's going to propose soon. But it's like, at the very least, again, I wouldn't be announcing that I'm getting married when he hasn't proposed.
Yeah, she seems like she jumps the gun in that department. Now, this is where people started being like, girl, please be fucking for real.
27 years old, and I have a boyfriend for the first time.
If this video made you upset, buckle up. I have stuff that'll probably make you even more upset. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to talk about why I try to fix the mess that is my hair because I let this go way too far and I have regrets. People were asking for more details and I got more. Let's start with the most shocking news to everyone probably is the day I got married, I became a mom too. I am now a mom to two of the sweetest angel kids.
Stepmom.
Yeah. Step. You have to put the step right before you're there because, ma'am, you're a stranger. They don't know you. Most relationships wouldn't have even introduced the kids to a partner that early on. You may have become like a person they're going to obviously know and get to know a lot more, but they have a mother who was his ex-wife, who I would love to hear her thoughts on this. But she very much goes into the fact that she's a mom now and like this is a whole new life and she just loves her kids so much. And it's like, you don't know them. They don't know you.
And also, we are positive, like, it's not that she just happens to live in Utah. She is for sure Mormon.
Yeah, she's Mormon.
Isn't divorce that divorce is, like, frowned upon? Is the ex still alive? Like, they just got divorced. It wasn't like...
No, yeah, they got divorced.
He's a widower?
No, Jesus Christ. She is alive. She's in their life, from what I understand. And, you know, that's what makes it so much more bizarre that a 27-year-old who just married their dad, who has known her for months, is their mom. That's just...
Do we also question that you might not know the answer to? Do we know how old he is?
Yeah, he's a year older than her.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Not
yeah,
that she's not old enough to, like, there could be an age gap, but that would be interesting if there was, like, a very large age gap or something.
People were thinking that, but no.
To celebrate Mother's Day for the first time this year, which was insane. And the original plan was to actually get married in March, not April. But there were some things that delayed stuff. And all the comments that were like, he just wants to put a baby in you. Listen, we do plan on having kids, but we just want to be a happy little family of 4 for a while. So unless big accident happens, don't expect in the near future to see me post a positive pregnancy test video. Now for the other tea, not only did we officially get married after 4 months of knowing each other, almost exactly, it's a little bit less, we decided to get married in February. He just didn't give me a ring until March. Oh my goodness, that's so much better.
Oh. That was an abrupt ending.
So, you know, the comments are ranging from people refusing to believe that this is real to saying, Mom, babe, you're a stranger.
Saying you're celebrating Mother's Day is a weird thing.
Yeah, like, I understand if you've been in their life for years or, like, even in a year, maybe. But even then, it'd be like, spend it with your mom. Like, you know, it just...
Also, I definitely was much, much older when, like, my mom got remarried when I was in college. But that's been, like, 10 years now. And, I mean, I think maybe I give kind of text and, like, Happy Father's Day. But I'm not like, hey, Dad. I guess it's very different because I'm older. But
No, I totally feel the same way. Like, my stepdad, Joe, came into my life when I was 4 years old. And I'm freaking 30 and he's still married to my mom. So he is my second dad. But number one, I don't call him dad. I call him Joe. And number two, I do like wish him a happy Father's Day, of course. But he's had a huge hand in raising me, you know, my entire life as well.
That feels normal.
So I think it depends
feels like
on
weird
comfort
to
level.
assume that you're having a Mother's Day celebration when you
It's like, bitch, you just so happen to enter the picture right before Mother's Day, but like...
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about this.
Like, that's the other thing. Like, you'll have been, quote unquote, a stepmom for a month, and
I know.
She drops the step and talks about Mother's Day. It's a little weird.
Yeah, and people were saying it's not upset, it's concern, like there's just a lot of red flags, and I agree with that. I'm not upset at anyone, and I don't hope that anything goes bad for her. It's just like, you're not seeing it, and it's just a little
the canon
bit,
event.
Yeah. So on Reddit, this was, I mean, obviously take it with a grain of salt. It's a Reddit post, but you know, Reddit, they do be finding out everything. So this user says her husband met his ex in June 2018 and married her in November 2018. Jesus. So there's a pattern. And they have 2 young kids. So he's done this before. Honestly, that makes sense. Like, I feel like that's what people do in Utah.
It's a pattern.
Like, I see it all the time. Yeah. And actually, I don't have it in front of me, but the last thing that I saw and the most recent thing that I saw that people were really annoyed with is that when she did like a wedding ring tour, she showed that the husband had their names, the kids' names, engraved in her ring.
This is what?
Right? And she's like, it was his idea. And it's like, okay.
Don't get me wrong, I love this whole set. My favorite part are the rings on the top and the bottom. This was my husband's idea. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but on these rings are engraved the kids' names. So the bottom has one and the top has the other. Again, that was his idea 100%. And then when he proposed with the engagement ring, and then afterwards the kids came up and gave me their rings. And I know in the video that I posted of the actual engagement, I said I didn't cry. I did not cry when he proposed. I did cry when they gave me their rings though. And I cry every time I think about it. I love my little family so much. And I love my rings so much. I'm so glad I don't have to worry about not filming with them anymore. Oh my god.
That's weird. Like, I don't know. I feel like it would suck, like, from the real mom's perspective.
Right. I did see her mention in, I don't know what it was. I think it was a TikTok, like, talking about the ring or the situation, whatever. And she did say that she was a bonus mom in that one. Like, she mentioned herself as a bonus mom. But I think that's because she got a lot of backlash, because it obviously seems very, like, she does not correct herself at all. She's just like, I'm their mom and they're my kids and I love it. And now we're a family of 4. It's like 4 and their mom.
That, like, feels a little like, woo.
I'm just going to be honest. Like, if that happened in my life, I would be fuming. Like, I would absolutely be fuming. I would lose it.
It just seems like overstepping a little.
Oh, a little? Yeah. You know, she's like had them in a corner and just been like, you can call me mom. Like, it just freaks me out. I'm sorry. I don't wish them bad at all. I just think that everybody in this situation, adult-wise, him and her, are absolutely stupid for this.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's
like,
what I was gonna say. Like,
right.
I feel like she's overstepping, but then also like shame on him for like really thrusting that.
He's their dad.
On,
He shouldn't have done that. But then also, I got married very, very soon. But you have to remember that in the beginning, I didn't really have much to lose. Like, I didn't have kids, Nasim didn't have kids. And that's a very different situation, because when you do have children, you do have an obligation to take things slower. Like, if, God forbid, I got divorced, like, I can't do things as willy-nilly as like I did them before. Who uses that term anymore? Well, whatever. You can't. You have a responsibility to take shit slow and think about what you're doing. And he just seems reckless as hell. But anyway, that's the basic like overview of what's going on. I guess we'll see where it ends up. We'll definitely update you when we find out. She did do a face reveal and people said he looked like he belonged in The Purge. But that's besides the point. And the internet can be cruel.
It's funny because I feel like the people in The Purge, it's not even that they're unattractive, it's that they have like crazy eyes.
Oh, dude, just randomly scrolling through her TikTok. Oh, this is
the titles on all of her TikTok, like that. This is her brand now.
Exactly. Yeah, she really pivoted from trying to do like beauty content to like full on, I married someone in 3 months.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, no, it's the smile. But yeah, no. So very much a brand pivot for her, and I get it because like if I got a boyfriend tomorrow and started put like absolutely. That would be the best engagement I get ever. But weird to just really lean that much into it. Because also after a while, like, I mean, I guess you could keep it going and be like, doing this with my husband. But like one of the top ones was finding your person. And it's like, girlie, I don't think you're really qualified to necessarily.
Maybe we just figure it out another way.
We don't know.
Yeah, like honestly, I actually suggest quite the opposite to anybody that asks me about my situation with Nasim. And it's not that I regret it, because he actually is a person I quite enjoy being around, which is like really strange
was like a happy coincidence, not that you like sought out a really stable situation.
Exactly. It was the exception, not what usually happens. And so I'm like, well, don't try that, because they could be a murderer and be fucking weird and like just make you depressed your whole life. So I just think that she's in a very, very, very honeymoon stage right now. The fact that he has 2 young children, I know for a fact she has absolutely no idea what she has signed up for. Because if she does want to be married to him forever, you are going to have to be in their life as not their mother while they're teens, and you are not going to have a say in disciplining them probably. I mean, my stepdad has struggled with that so much, because like my mom doesn't really like when he would like interject with us. Like if he had a suggestion, it was like, oh, those aren't your kids. You know what I mean? And that's a lot to handle from someone.
You do have to have that kind of boundary. Otherwise it's going to be really awkward and like something hard to navigate with the actual parent, but also just like confusing for the kids. And they might end up resenting them too.
Exactly. I always, as a result of that, although that was like hard for my stepdad to hear, as a result, I always looked at him with a very positive outlook. Like I always looked at him as like, oh, that's Joe. Like he's the best. Like, so I do understand why my mom did that, but I just think she has no idea. Like it is like so much of a journey that she's about to be on, and she has no idea.
She really thinks that she stepped into the mom role, and it's like, your role is to be there to support the situation, not replace the actual
And that's
mom.
not like a fantasy amazing thing. Like raising kids is fucking hard, and good luck, girlie. Again, I don't wish any of them bad. I just hope that, you know, if it does end, that it's not horrible for everyone involved, you know?
I just hope it doesn't blow up in her face.
Yeah, honestly, because it sucks for everyone if it does. It sucks for the kids, for her, for him. So anyway, wish you well, girly. But that's the girl that got married after God knows how many months, because I'm not sure at this point. Three, allegedly. All right, well, that's that. But before we continue, we really quickly want to thank today's sponsor, and that's Lumi.
If you're unfamiliar, Lumi is a whole body deodorant that comes in every form possible, basically. There's like cream deodorants, there's stick deodorants, there's wipes. That's my favorite.
Lumi delivers 72-hour odor control everywhere from your pits to your feet, butt crack, you know the deal. Like Lily, I love the wipes myself, and I keep them everywhere at this point because they are super convenient to put in your car, in your purse, in your bathroom. Like, you're gonna use it all the time, trust me.
And as Jessie said, it's for all of your body parts, including your privates, which makes sense because it was actually invented by an OBGYN.
Yeah, and she saw that regular body odor was being misdiagnosed and mistreated, so she came up with Lumi.
So if you smell and would like to stop smelling, we have a special offer for our listeners who are new customers, and you get 15% off all of Lumi's products if you use the exclusive code DOWEKNOW. And if you combine that 15% with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off for their starter pack.
Again, that's 15% off of your first purchase over at LumiDeodorant.com. That's LumiDeodorant.com. And thank you so much to Lumi for being an amazing sponsor of this podcast. And now Lily has a deep dive. What is it actually?
I wouldn't really say it's a deep dive, but so
Okay.
This is something that I saw how long ago now? 2 months, 3 months, maybe?
I think like 2 months, yeah.
And I texted to Jessie. We didn't really have anything to cover yet, and I was like, oh, well, this could work, but
Yeah.
it kind of just didn't really have a resolution, and it was like, let's wait and see if something else happens. And while nothing happened with that particular situation, which we will go over, more things have happened that echo the exact same situation. So long story short, SHEIN has been quite the controversial subject for a while now, because fast fashion, how they don't have the most humane work conditions and they aren't paying people enough, and it's impossible to have like a super ethical operation going on when the clothes are literally like $5. Like it wouldn't make sense for them unless they were making money, and if they're making money and able to sell the clothes that cheap, you have to start asking some questions. And that doesn't mean that anyone that buys SHEIN is a monster, and I know that specifically like they have a lot of plus size options that we've talked about numerous times where like that doesn't exist for most brands. That I understand. Or if you really just don't have a lot of money.
If you don't have access to other things, you do what you gotta do. Like, I don't like when people are like, you shop fast fashion and you're a fucking, what is it? A climate terrorist and like all that stuff. It's like, okay, let's take it a step back.
Well, and even forever ago, I had edited a video for Angelica, and she pointed out that like the more problematic situations of people buying it are when like influencers do like $1,000 hauls of all this SHEIN stuff they bought, and then they like don't even really wear it, and it's like more just for the video. Like that's not being particularly ethically responsible. Okay, guys, I just took a quick break and tried to see if I could recover the original video, but alas, my method doesn't work if it's been 3 months, which it has. It didn't really say that much. Like, I can very easily recap it, but it basically was a girl that was posting that she had gotten a birthday outfit from a brand called Jaded London, which I'm not familiar, but I'm also not familiar with a lot of London brands. Apparently, they have much more expensive items than SHEIN, and this outfit was $180.
I don't even think SHEIN has anything on their entire site that costs that
You could
much.
buy like literally 50 things that would barely equal that. No, but so then imagine her surprise when she sees that this outfit has a SHEIN tag in it.
I'll be so fucking pissed.
Imagine my surprise when I was hanging up my set, my $180 set. I love this outfit. Wore it for my 21st birthday. By the way, rock that shit. I looked bomb. I got so many compliments. Just found out it was from SHEIN. It's from SHEIN. Jaded London. Oh, cute tag. SHEIN. SHEIN. There's no way. This was an $83 top. That's insane. It looks so good. I got so many compliments. Like, looks great, right? I bought this from the damn website. I was waiting and waiting and waiting. It was out of stock. And I was like, yes, it's in stock in my size. I could have bought it on SHEIN for probably like $10. This is so annoying. Can someone explain this to me? Because I'm so confused.
which begs several questions.
Right.
Basically, a lot of people were trying to theorize, like, what does that mean? Other than, like, the pretty obvious answer would be that it's a white labeled situation where it's like one factory is making clothes that are the same, but then putting different tags in it and sending it to different brands, and then they missed one. Because I'm even pretty sure that this didn't just have the, like, it had both tags in it.
That's what I was going to say. I think that it had the original tag, and then when you looked in a different spot of the clothing, then it had the Shein tag, which is like,
so it's as if there was like one kind of like got mixed up in like the assembly line and they added the wrong tag or it got put in the wrong box or something. So she obviously was not happy. She's like, why the fuck did I just spend $180 on something that I probably could have bought for $15 on Shein? The funniest part and why I originally wanted to cover it is because not only is that just like a wild scenario, but the fucking comments from Jaded, like the only other explanation that would make Jaded not sketchy would be like if this girl went to the lengths to like sew in a Shein tag just to like,
which is insane.
Yeah, I was like, which I really don't believe happened. So Jaded was fighting for their life in the comments.
As brands do for whatever god-awful reason.
Another thing to think about here is that Shein is notorious for supposedly like stealing designs from other brands, like making dupes and stuff. So it's like, is that actually true? Or do all these brands just like pick what they want and like they don't realize that the same options are being shopped around to all the brands and then just sold at different price points? That also makes Jaded super sketchy if it was a white labeling situation, because if Shein is selling it for super cheap, that means that this brand Jaded is literally just slapping its name on there and marking up the price like significantly and making a shit ton on it. So someone says Shein, what? Shein Bay, the hottest distress top. I don't really know what that's supposed to mean, but it says, the only thing is the one in the video has rips, so I think that they buy it from Shein and then they make the holes themselves. So this person's implying that Jaded buys the cheap clothes from Shein and it's not even from like a manufacturer that they share, that they're actually buying Shein clothing and then putting their tag on it, which that would be actually insane too. I would lean more towards the white labeling answer, but Jaded responds and says, all similar designs featured on Shein and sites alike are copies of our existing designs, not the other way around. We are looking into how this possibly has happened as we speak. It seems like, again, unless this girl added the tag, it's like, you know how it probably got there. Like,
exactly. And the thing is that that is true. I do know that a lot of places will put out something and then Shein does copy it. So they're kind of using that as like, well, they always copy, but that's not the issue. It's the tag.
Well, and also that's the narrative that gets pushed. But in reality, what if they're not copying it? It's that they're all shopping from like basically the same catalog, the same catalog, and they just bought it a little later. But someone says, how'd the Shein tag get on there? Jaded goes, as mentioned, that's something we are looking into, as none of the remaining stock features that tag. We are just as confused.
We made sure of it. We cut them off.
No shit. I don't think this was intentional. Obviously, it was a mishap that like it wasn't supposed to happen. But someone says, well, a copy of your design wouldn't be sent to her with a Shein tag unless you use Shein as one of your manufacturers. Refund her. And then they said, we are in contact with Emma and it is being dealt with. Again, we have zero idea how it could have possibly had that tag. Shein is not a manufacturer. It is a shop face and we have no association with it.
That's not true.
Well, so do you remember when there was that whole brand trip thing where they got a bunch of like plus size? So I thought that, because I remember them going to like a Shein factory and seeing them doing all the stuff, but I went back and watched the video I had edited for Angelica about it, and they go to the Shein headquarters in Singapore, but then they also go to a Shein factory, quote unquote, but they refer to it as one of their top suppliers. So it is a third-party factory. It's not theirs.
Okay.
So it's a factory that is making and distributing, I think, the clothes straight from there, but they're not the only brands that use it.
Okay, that makes more sense, because I was like, wait a second, yes, they are a manufacturer.
Exactly. I was like, no, that means that they're paying Shein to like make their clothes.
Oh, hi, girlies. So I might have been wrong, because they do apparently refer to it as a top supplier, but then they also refer to this like warehouse as their innovation warehouse, where they do claim to manufacture and package a lot of their clothes, which is what I assumed, but I just didn't realize that it was Shein branded. But it turns out on the front of the building, there is a giant Shein sign. So I guess they do claim to make their own clothes. So I'm very confused. And then one other theory that Angelica puts forward is, I'll just let her tell you.
They have this like innovation facility where she claims that they manufacture all of their clothing, and it looks very clean and very aesthetic, and everyone's, you know, dressed very nicely, and they're just like packing away the clothes and yeah. So I went to one of SHEIN official top suppliers factory today, got to ask all my questions, interact with the sewers, and tour the facility. I can't wait to share this experience with you guys. So she does say that this is the top supplier. I don't think this is the top supplier personally. I think this is just the innovation facility that they have in China, which is near the headquarters, and this is what they use when someone's like, oh, does SHEIN use ethical labor? They will point you to this innovation facility and go, look at this, everyone's treated so well, we have a snack break, we have a nap break, amazing. But they don't show you that they maybe make 2% of their clothes in that factory, allegedly, maybe. And the rest of the factories where the products get produced are in very, very awful conditions. This really does scream propaganda to me.
Yeah, so I'm a little confused. I don't know if brands are paying SHEIN to manufacture their clothes, if SHEIN doesn't actually use this factory and they actually do use other third-party warehouses that are then also making clothes for other brands. It's all very messy and confusing. But chime in the comments if you have anything to add.
Yeah, my brother used to actually get stuff from China. Even just like regular people can do this. You don't have to own a business or whatever. And when you contact these people, they literally do have catalogs. So if, let's say they make like tumblers, they'll have like 30 tumblers to choose from and you can get them customized any way you want.
It's like
and
a wholesale.
The more you buy, the cheaper it is. Exactly. So it does make sense that a boutique company or something like that would be like, I want all these jumpsuits, and then SHEIN just so happens to be using the same
And
one.
also the fact that there's like is distressed and has rips and stuff. It's like either maybe they request that was done by the people manufacturing it, or they get the clothes shipped to them first, make a few tweaks, and then didn't realize that there was a SHEIN tag on one of them. But this was my favorite response of all. They said, we are in contact with Emma. Emma responds and goes, I've not been contacted by your company yet, but would love to.
I love the hand hearts. They're so passive aggressive.
I know, they're great. They're great.
Wish you well, bitch.
And then Jaded responds to her and goes, just sent. And it's like, just sent? I thought you said that you were already in contact though. And then they follow up and say, email, check your inbox potentially just in case. And it's like, don't act like you already, no. You should have maybe emailed her before you said that you emailed her, you know? Then someone says, it's obvious you upcycle SHEIN clothes, just admit it. And they said, we absolutely do not. We have an in-house team for a reason, and we are trying to work out this entire situation.
Notice in all of those responses, they're not saying like, this is all made in the USA, this would never happen. Like, I don't understand what you guys are even talking about. They're just like, we have an in-house team. Okay, what does that in-house team do? Like, do they just ship
That's
things?
what I was going to say. This is the closest they get to saying that. But even then, it's very vague, and it's like, in-house team for what? Like,
they're in the house.
Exactly. Unless you are manufacturing the clothes there and it does not go anywhere else,
right?
Which you aren't saying, then oh my God, really random side note. But I told this to Jesse one time because it blew my mind. The Mandela effect that I Love Lucy. One of the like most quotable things from that is, Lucy, you've got some splaining to do. I was just going to say that. Apparently, did you guys know that has never been said in an episode of I Love Lucy, allegedly?
What is it again?
Lucy, you've got some splaining to do.
But what is the one that he actually says?
He just doesn't say that.
Oh, that's not true.
And I was like,
I refuse to believe that.
Well, and it's said in so many different parodies and stuff. And I'm like, so they just made it up? Like, no. That
bullshit.
No, I don't believe it.
Wait, why did you just say that?
Because I was about to say that, Jaded, you have some splaining to do.
Oh my God. Okay, now I get it.
Sorry.
I was like, how does this?
Yeah, no. Anyway, that's where things basically end. I don't believe that there was ever a resolution with Jaded, aside from them just like denying it. Yeah.
I feel like they were probably just more cautious that the tags wouldn't end up on other clothes, but I don't
like
think
calling
they
up the factory like,
suppliers.
You fucking stupid asses.
Probably.
Oh, this is funny actually. A lot of people had speculated like what had happened, and there was a girl that owns like a thrifting app and is just a fashion girly. She had done a whole thread of like what she thinks happened, and one of them was manufacturer error. SHEIN has a network of manufacturers that could overlap with Jaded London, which is also fast fashion. They just seem to charge more for it. And the factory accidentally sewed in both tags, which I believe that that's what happened.
Oh, for sure.
And then she says, or switcheroo, SHEIN manufactures a dupe of the Jaded London set, then a buyer purchases real and dupe sets, but sews in the Jaded London tag when returning the dupe to get a so basically it's saying that like someone else maybe bought the Jaded London set and then also bought the SHEIN one and then returned
the SHEIN one to Jaded donated London
exactly,
to get the full
and
amount.
that person that is like not involved right now, that person
Seems like
may
a lot
have,
of
like,
effort.
It does, but it wouldn't be completely unbelievable. I definitely would go more with the first. But then they kind of like recap the entire situation, and then someone tagged me in it and was like, you guys should talk about this on DWKT. And I never saw this, but the girl who did this thread was like, would love to chat about this, Lily. And then was hoping that people would investigate it more. But apologies. Didn't see that.
I know, our bad.
Yeah.
Well, and we also never covered it, so.
Yeah, that's, if there had been like more of a response, I think afterwards from Jaded, like they made a more definitive like statement about it. But anyway, so that kind of died out. And then just last weekish, a little over a week ago, there was another incident. Someone ordered a bikini from the brand Motel Rocks, and there was a SHEIN sanitary liner in the bottoms.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
I know. I just like don't even know what I
Also,
would
can
do.
I just say, I fucking hate those sanitary liners. Nothing has ever felt grosser on my vagina. Ever. Ever. Why does it feel like that?
The plastic the one.
Yeah, the plastic piece. Like,
Well,
it
yeah,
feels...
I mean, you're not supposed to put, like, if you're trying
I mean,
it
you're not
on.
wearing it all day. But, like, even just for trying it on, it just feels
Well, no, but the kind you, like, peel off after. Just like the sticker.
Yeah. Just the sticker. It makes my trying on an unfortunate experience, is what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't remember the last time I've tried on a bathing suit. They pretty much all fit the same bottom-wise, I think.
Wait, you try on your bathing suit with your underwear on?
I don't try on bathing suits. But if I did, then I would, yeah.
Oh.
Because
No,
how
I
many
just
other
raw
people?
dog it.
How many other people's vaginas have touched that sanitary liner?
That's a really good question I didn't consider, actually. I didn't think
You're
like, what
far
if it was a
more of a
return?
germaphobe than I am, and I don't. Oh no.
Don't you think they'd put a new sticker on there?
No,
I mean, come on.
that's the point of the sticker, though, because then it's so a bunch of people's vaginas aren't touching just the bathing suit.
Oh, I'm horrified. Like, I wouldn't do it at Target because, like, that is more likely. But if I buy it online, I'm not assuming someone else's vagina has touched that.
Oh, well, online ones, no. I think that I would I don't know. If it's not damaged, I don't know if they'd replace it, but I would
No, I don't
definitely-
try on the in-store ones because that does gross me
You
out.
definitely should always have underwear on before you.
Wait, okay, so back to what we were talking about. Sorry about the vagina tangent.
Original video.
Life does not. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, so that's interesting. It's not even that it was in the bathing suit. It says it fell out of the bag.
Oh.
So that also speaks to, though, it's all being made and like packaged and everything's being done at the same place.
Yeah, and that on screen, it had a caption that said, like, when you spend $150 or pounds on a bikini. And yeah, I'd be fucking pissed too.
Yeah.
I don't want to see SHEIN anywhere near the fucking package if I spent that much on a damn bathing suit.
Yeah, here's an update video from her.
Okay, hello guys. This is an update on the Motel Rocks bikinis. I emailed Motel Rocks about 3 or 4 days ago, and I also messaged them on their website, and they only just responded to me. I basically just said in the email, like, I'm really disappointed. I often order from Motel, and I've never had something like this. Like, please can you explain or, like, offer me some sort of compensation? And this is what they ended up responding. So they basically said it's a mistake in the warehouse, and then the only compensation they offered me was a refund that was, like, free of charge, so, like, free delivery, I guess. I don't know how true the warehouse mistake is, but it just makes me think that even if it is a mistake in the warehouse, it just proves that the money I'm paying for a more expensive brand is just useless if I'm getting it from the same place that they're packaging SHEIN. Obviously, it's just buying the brand, not buying the quality of clothing you're paying for. But anyway, I'll show you the bikinis I actually bought so that you can...
Then she just tries on or does a haul of her other stuff. But yeah, saying that there was a mistake in by the manufacturer, it's like, you mean the manufacturer that's clearly making SHEIN things as well? Like, how does that make it any better?
That's exactly what the other people were trying to, like, skirt around. It's like, well, why were they likely in the same place, though, is my question.
They're clearly being made in very close quarters, which it's like a little too close for comfort to believe that they're not literally making the same things and just slapping different brands on it.
Yeah, and here it shows that she did show the bikinis after she talked, and people were saying that first one is on SHEIN, it's in my cart. So I guess people were correlating.
I did see someone do a whole TikTok where it was basically suggesting that if you do reverse image searches of anything on like a high-end brand or even SHEIN, that you'll find the exact same thing on other websites. So then I guess after that, a few days later, where a different user was discussing that apparently she told everyone that Motel Rock's quality was bad and that it was legit SHEIN. So it's not even just like the tag, it's like they literally are slapping tags on the same stuff.
I saw the video of the girl with the Motel Rocks bathing suit that's actually from SHEIN. And
is it pronounced SHEIN?
Girl, I was just about to say, I'm like, but do we even want to get into it? Because I will not say it like that. I can't, but I think it is SHEIN.
I guess that would make sense, but like, fuck.
I know. We've been saying
I feel like
SHEIN.
I just found out Santa wasn't real.
I think we could just go ahead and keep saying it as SHEIN. I don't think that's an issue.
I feel like I've heard a lot of people say it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
SHEIN, so it's not like we're alone. Yeah, okay.
And I just wanted to say, I told you guys so. I told you so.
Us.
I made a Motel Rocks.
Oh my god, then someone else says Motel Rocks has $100 to $200 dresses made completely from polyester and spandex. The whole point is that this isn't even a problem specific to SHEIN. Just over a month ago, someone found a Zara skirt available, seemingly the same skirt, on AliExpress.
Clothes from this store on AliExpress called Zara, and if you've seen the skirt, you know it's from Zara. And this is the one from AliExpress for $10. Just take a moment to look at this tag. Does this tag not look familiar to us? If you still don't believe that these clothes are all made in the same manufacturers, you're just paying more. Let this be your proof.
And it didn't have like the tag mix up, but again, if you do the reverse image search, I feel like you would find that for a lot of big brands.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And yeah, there's someone that did comparisons to a lot of Zara listings that are also available on AliExpress. Oh yeah, this is the girl that, here, we'll watch this. She explains the reverse image search.
I didn't lie when I told you I was obsessed with reverse Google image searching clothing. My entire outfit I got for under $55. Kidding? This is supposed to be like the Lulu aligned skirt. Has the shorts under it. It's the same height. Sporty and rich hoodie. This is the front. The back. You're kidding. The cat eye sunnies. Never again will you catch me spending full price on anything.
So the whole thing is like, the reason people don't buy SHEIN is because they don't want to support an unethical brand.
Right.
But then you find out that you think you are supporting ethical brands and they're doing the exact same thing. So this girl's kind of like, well, save your money then. And just, it's all going to the same bullshit.
It's
so
really
might as
shitty,
well save
but
your money.
as consumers, I mean, how much deep diving are we to do when you go online and you think you found a boutique that's like ethical? It's just like, oh, fuck my life. Like, you would think that if you're paying a certain amount, it's to create ethical working conditions for the people working for that company. And then you find out
that you're not
they're
just paying for the
gobbling
brand.
up that profit. It's like, it's very unfortunate. I will say, I just came across someone the other day. I'll see if I can find it. It's a TikTok where she says that she used to work for a boutique. I think it was in Florida. She was asked by her boss to cut off the SHEIN tags and like put out product, and she didn't do it. And then the next day she came back to work and she shows a picture. It's literally all of the same outfit and it has the SHEIN tags cut off. And I think that there's a lot more stores doing it than we would think.
So this was like a boutique that instead of like buying wholesale from places, they were literally just ordering bulk on SHEIN.
And it was like a brick and mortar store, like a boutique that you would walk across in your town. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I just can't.
That's crazy, because also it's like, that's even a step further than like, we use the same manufacturer.
Right.
That just also shows how low the prices are for SHEIN, that they don't have to buy wholesale, that they can literally buy it at the retail price that SHEIN is offering, and they're still marking it up enough that it makes sense.
Exactly. And what's even crazier is like, they didn't slap their tag on there. It just looked like shitty cut off tags. And it's like, people don't realize that. Like, that just, I mean, I guess honestly, I don't really pay attention to tags either, so can't even blame them. But like, they don't even do it well. It's also insulting. It's like, they really think everyone's just an idiot.
Well, and like, I guess, you know, like there's certain situations where you realize it's kind of an eye roll when it's like, I'm trying to think of an example. Abercrombie isn't one, but it's like, you know, Abercrombie used to say Abercrombie on like literally everything.
Yeah.
You could buy a sweatshirt somewhere else and it'd probably be about the same quality, but the fact that it said Abercrombie, they can like mark it up a ton. I feel like we all can recognize that there are situations like that where it's like a hoodie that just has a brand on it and you're paying for that brand just because it's more of like a status thing rather than like you think it's great quality. But if you're buying a $150 bathing suit that you could get somewhere else and it's the exact same thing, like, oh my God, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of these brands that people are buying from, they're not buying it because it's that brand to be like, I bought it from Zara, or I bought it. I mean, maybe they are. But I think a lot of people are just buying it because they, again, think it's good quality and that it's coming from an ethical place. And then you find out that it's the opposite. That's fuck.
Such bullshit.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. There's, I guess there's something about SHEIN acquired Misguided, which I actually feel like I've bought stuff from Misguided. I feel like I've bought like jeans from them. But I guess, so SHEIN acquired them and then is upcharging. So we're just, let's watch this really fast.
So I know y'all have seen how everyone started getting different clothes from SHEIN that's like tagged as Zara H&M, all these big brands. Well, I figured out a whole new thing on Shein, since Shein's out here, like, not even hiding it. They're like, yeah, we have Misguided. We manufacture their stuff, and we send it to them, and they jack it up a million times. Dramatic, I know. But I just figured out there's a whole shop for those brands. But the one I found today, Free People. Free People's on there, a whole section. Cheaper, more expensive than Shein. But if you don't want to pay even the cheaper Free People price, you can shop Shein's new boho.
Oh my God,
specific
stop.
section.
I own a lot of Free People stuff, and holy fuck, because they do really overcharge. But it is weird though, because I do feel like Free People feels like it is good quality.
I'm
Like,
telling you though, Shein does have certain things that do feel good quality. Some of it feels like a Halloween costume, but some of it doesn't. And maybe Free People did their shopping around, Shein's like manufacturers, and we're like, okay, we can make this work, like for a cheaper line.
yeah, I guess it speaks to how we've been conditioned to think that good quality has to be really expensive also, and that maybe it doesn't.
I think it is. A lot of times, like, the material costs more and the right working environments cost more. Like, I do get it. But
if they pay a little more for the material and just don't pay for the labor,
exactly.
it's still,
yeah.
I enjoyed that video, but the dramatic music in the background kind of got me.
That's TikTok for you. You could be saying anything and you just have either like horror music or like the saddest piano you've ever heard. And you're like, is this necessary?
Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Basically, don't trust brands and don't defend brands because they're all usually shit.
Yep, I agree with that statement.
So sponsor our podcast.
Okay, wait. So for my We Love the Internet, I'm stuck between two. They both are things that unfortunately they're not like if you're just listening, you won't be able to get it because you have to see them. So I apologize to our listeners right now.
So Spotify listeners, fuck you.
I know, I apologize. It has music and we don't even need to hear the music, but it just made me choke. It's one of those that I saw and I started laughing at like 1 a.m. But the caption says, reaching for my necklace for emotional support after getting into my first car accident and grabbing a fucking cicada instead.
Well, I don't know if I want to watch it. Oh my God.
It's so sad because she's like literally having a mental breakdown and you see it fly on her shirt. Like that's just life telling you to go fuck yourself. Okay, it flies right there. She doesn't notice. She doesn't notice. And then she goes to reach for her necklace.
I hate you. I hate that so much. Oh my God.
I didn't know you had a fear of cicadas.
Oh my God. It's not cicadas in general. It's just bugs.
You would like fucking
the thought of grabbing one and having it like squirm around. Oh my God.
And mid-mental breakdown. Like that's enough to just be like, today's the last day on earth. Like
I don't know
done.
if it would be like, that's my 13th reason, or if it would be like, kind of like break the tension and like I'd laugh because that's so absurd. And the fact that it's on video.
I know, and you see it fly on her. And her necklace is so much higher up, but I guess just in the heat of the moment, and I don't know, she directly grabbed it and held it for quite a minute.
I feel like, when I don't know if there's a name for it, but like when you see a bug or something and then you feel like they're all over you.
Oh, yeah. I get all itchy. Mm-hmm.
That happened to me recently. I was cleaning my backyard and there's so many spiders and I took a leaf blower to like up in like
oh my God, they flew everywhere.
Then for the next like 6 hours, that's all it feels like they're crawling all over me.
Ew, gross. I don't know what it is with cicadas. They apparently hide for like ever and then they pop up and they're there for 3 weeks and then they're like, bye.
I just saw another TikTok of someone showing that like literally they're everywhere, that they're like all over the trees and stuff. We don't have those here.
They weren't in my area, but they were by my mom's house and they came for a few weeks and now they're dead or hiding. I don't know what they do in their spare time, but yeah.
Oh my God. I hate you for
anyway,
that.
Sorry about that.
I was like, that makes me hate the internet. I hope that my consistent animal ones aren't too disappointing. But
no, I think people love that.
There's this one I was dying because it's just so cute. And Max, I feel like, I don't know if Hershey does this. Like Max has a lot of toys because I'll like feel bad when I go anywhere and I always he has a giant mound of toys at this point. Sometimes if I'm working or if I'm like in bed trying to like sleep or something, I wake up or I like get up from working and I see that he has brought me like 10 of them and they're just like all around. I'm like, oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. This is the cutest thing ever because it's not bringing it to a person, but it's like, I feel like one of the sweetest, like most innocent thing dogs do is like, they bring their toys as like, kind of like a gift. They're just like, oh my God, here's my favorite toy. Do you want to play with me? And this was cracking me up. So he's bringing it to a big tortoise. And the tortoise obviously can't play with like dog toys. It's just
the tortoise doesn't even know what's going on.
Like, how about this one? What about this one? And it's like, thinks that the tortoise is a dog. And it's just so happy and wags his little butt.
Aww.
The captions are like, how about this? Or this one?
Oh my god, that
It's like,
tortoise
please
is
leave me
like,
alone.
can you not?
Piece
That
of
is so cute.
And he like gently touches. Oh my god,
Dogs
it's just
really do
so
like to play
cute.
with anything.
This is my favorite toy. The tortoise is still like, yeah, I don't care. So cute. I just love that it's like the dog thinks that it's another dog.
Oh my
And it's like,
gosh,
oh,
how
sweetie,
cute is
no.
He fell asleep right by his stick.
Oh my god.
That's so fucking cute. Are you kidding? That was very cute. Better than my cicada one.
Yeah, I needed a mood booster after. I feel like there's bugs all over me. Thanks very much.
Well, anyway, if you guys made it to the end, as always, we appreciate you very much. And yeah, hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you on Friday. Bye.
And thank you for getting us to 150.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Cheers.